Hi everybody, welcome to Worthy Women's Entrepreneurial Wednesday. My name is LaTia and today I have a wonderful topic for you all because a lot of you are still struggling between being in the workforce and being an entrepreneur. So today we're going to talk about that mindset, particularly what are the differences between entrepreneurs and people who work in the workforce. In that, I'm going to give you 5 steps to move your business forward. So before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about mindset because this is important. Entrepreneurs think differently. Entrepreneurs think different than people who work in the workforce. That's why when you're starting a business or you're in business, you have to be all in your business 100%. You cannot be working in the workforce 50% of the time and operating your business 50% of the time. Your business is not going to grow to the levels where you envision it to grow. Entrepreneurs, people who work in the workforce. Entrepreneurs work smart. People who work in the workforce work hard. Entrepreneurs do 20% of the work and retain 100% of the profits. People who work in the workforce do 80% of the work and fight for 20% of the profits. Entrepreneurs create opportunities for other people. People who work in the workforce are often controlled by other people. Entrepreneurs have the ability to create legacy for their families. People who work in the workforce often die broke. Those are mindsets. So you have to decide when you're operating a business, which mindset are you going to operate through? Because if you're operating a business and you're thinking like an employee, you'll never get to the point where you can grow. How do we change that mindset? How do we go from thinking like an employee to thinking like a boss? Well, in order to do that, first and foremost, you have to stop thinking problem focused. People who work in the workforce often think problem focused. People who work in the workforce think I'm afraid of failing, while entrepreneurs think I'm empowered to succeed. People who work in the workforce are often thinking time management, while entrepreneurs are thinking task management. People who work in the workforce work for a business. Entrepreneurs make the business work for them. People who work in the workforce live paycheck to paycheck, while entrepreneurs are thinking, how do I increase my passive income? People who work in the workforce often have others determine their worth, while entrepreneurs' success is determined by the value they add to other people's lives. Those are 2 different schools of thought. And if you're going to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to transition your thought processes to those more in line with being an entrepreneur. So here's 5 steps to grow your business. If you're transitioning out of the workforce and you really want to dig your heels in and see some growth in your business, here's 5 steps to do it. Step number 1, stop wasting time doing things that you're not good at. You have to learn when to ask for help. You have to learn when to outsource. You have to learn when to allocate the resources that you have available to you to get done the things that you need to get done. You don't need to spend a lot of time doing things that you're not good at. As entrepreneurs, you have to live by the 80-20 rule. That means 80% of your time is spent doing things that generate income, and 20% of your time is spent doing all that other stuff. Stop doing things that you aren't good at. Learn to ask for help, build a skeleton team. You can use resources like internship.com where you create a profile for your business, and there are young people who are innovative, who are looking for experiences. They're looking for opportunities to work and to learn. Use them to help you as you grow your business. Step number 2, create a structured environment. Nothing is going to succeed through chaos. You have to create structure in your personal life and you have to create structure in your business life. What does structure mean? It means that as an entrepreneur, even if you're working from home, you have a schedule. Personally, my schedule looks like this. Mondays, I'm usually doing all admin. Tuesdays is personal clients. Wednesdays, I'm writing, I'm working on scripts, I'm working on new content, and we're usually recording on Thursdays and Friday. I'm going to tell you though, I don't network that much anymore. I am too busy focusing on my product and focusing on my content and working on making sure that my content is suitable enough for the masses. I'll network later. Right now, it's time to make the check work. And the only way you're going to make the check work is to make sure that your product and your service is on par. Structure in your work environment and structure in your personal life is absolutely key. There's no way that you're going to be a top entrepreneur if you're in the club every Friday and Saturday. This is the time of sacrifice. If you're attempting to scale your business as an entrepreneur, you have to make sacrifices, and this is the time for sacrifice. Party later. Step number 3, form a viable company. My acronym for form: F, find. O, opportunities. R, for reoccurring. M, money. You got to find opportunities for reoccurring money so that you have more than one income stream. At minimal, you need 10 income streams for your business to be viable. If you're operating a business and you have one service that you service a client with, I'm sorry, but your business is not going to be in business for long. You have to figure out a way to bring multiple forms of income into your business. This means you have to figure out your business brand and your personal brand and see how the two can service the client. What can you do under your business umbrella as your personal brand? How can you offset revenue? What service can you provide outside of your business that enhances what your business does for its customer? Step number 4, I'm going to need you to reject job ownership and embrace entrepreneurship. What does this look like? Job ownership looks like you don't have any time for yourself. You look raggedy. Your nails is not done. Your hair is not done. You don't have time to embrace the flexibility of having a schedule that you can come in and out of and you can do what you want because you own a job. If you are a slave to your business and from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you go to bed at night, all you're doing is business activities and you have no time outside of that for yourself, then I'm sorry, but you own a job. And if you were going to own a job, you might as well own a job for someone else and get paid a whole lot more than what you're going to be making when you're starting up a business. Don't own a job. Embrace being an entrepreneur. And when you start to put in systems and structure in your business, that you can carve out opportunities to do the things that you really love to do. Isn't that why you wanted to be in the business in the first place? You wanted to control your own life? Well, if your business dictates your movement, then I'm sorry, you're not in control of your business. Your business is in control of you. Part of what makes entrepreneurship attractive is the flexibility and the freedom. If you don't have the flexibility of an entrepreneur and the freedom of an entrepreneur, then you own a job. Another way job ownership shows up is that you lack energy to do anything. Your kids want you to do something. Your partner wants you to do something. You don't have energy. You're tired. You don't feel like it because you own a job. In owning a job, you haven't given yourself that well-needed me time that allows you to regenerate, to reinvest, to re-energize. You need that to recharge. If you own a job, you're not taking that time because you're too busy stressing out over the day-to-day operation of running your business. Again, that's more consistent with job ownership than it is with entrepreneurship. As a vessel, you were supposed to make entrepreneurship look good. You're supposed to make entrepreneurship look like everybody's missing out on something. That means that your personal appearance is on point. That means that you're taking the time to nurture yourself and to do those pampering things that you need to do to feel good about yourself. That means you look good externally and you feel good internally. That's what entrepreneurship brings. So when I see a broke, busted, and disgusted entrepreneur, the first thing I think is they own a job. Last but not least, step number 5, which is a perfect segue, make yourself a priority. There's no such thing as being a successful entrepreneur and losing yourself. That is not the correct way to move through entrepreneurship. You have to make yourself a priority because guess what? You don't get to abandon all of those other roles that we have because you decided to open up a business. So you have to put yourself first so that you are best equipped to take care of everything else that you love. That's all I have for today. I hope you got something out of that. Not only to progress your business forward, but to progress yourself forward because you are your business. And if you're not doing well, neither is your business. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.